guys, it's Stock Curry, and the market correction is over. I'm going to talk about the huge news that just came out of the Senate today that cancels the market correction. I've also got a few stock picks for you guys, so let's get into it. Okay, the big news that came out of the Senate today was that the Senate Republican leader, Mitch McConnell, offered a short-term debt limit ceiling extension following pressure from President Biden. Now, what that basically means is that the Republicans are agreeing to allow Democrats to extend the debt crisis until the end of this year. Now, that is huge news, and it was very unexpected because up until this point, Republicans have said that they were completely and totally unwilling to help Democrats in any way whatsoever. So the fact that Republicans came out today and said that they would be willing to help Democrats by delaying the debt crisis for a few more months was absolutely unexpected and shot the market straight up. The markets had a sudden 1.5% rise when this news came out, and the futures are up tremendously as well. It looks like Thursday is going to be another big green day, and once this officially passes, it is going to be a major green day. That is why I have decided that I'm going to sell my puts on Thursday, and I'm probably going to convert those into calls. Now, everything is not yet finalized. There's still some discussions as far as how long to actually delay this. Republicans want to delay it until the end of this year. Democrats want to delay it until the end of next year. Now, what this also means for the overall correction is that the stock market correction is also postponed. And so I think what we're going to see is that the markets rise from now through about the middle of November. And then I think we're going to see the markets start going down again in the middle of November. And here's why. Come the middle of November, we have the Fed meeting, and at that Fed meeting, they are highly expected to start tapering, and they're going to announce their tapering. Now, when that happens, we can expect the stock markets to go down quite a bit, because the last time they did tapering, back in 2013, the stock markets went down quite a bit as well. The other thing that we have coming up at the end of November is that at the end of November, we have the government shutdown looming once again because the spending bill got delayed until the end of November. And so that's another catalyst that could cause the markets to go down. And then going into September, we're going to revisit the debt crisis, which could also cause the markets to go down. So I think we're going to have a nice rise, a little mini bull run from now through the middle of November. And then come the middle of November with a ton of negative catalyst, I highly expect that we're going to enter the true correction. So the correction isn't really over, but it's definitely postponed for at least another month and a half. So I'm going to be switching to call options, and then come the middle of November, I'll be looking at put options once again. Okay, let's get into the stock picks portion. I only have a few stocks for you, but let's get into those. For those of you guys who are new to this channel, my name is Stock Curry. I used to work as an analyst for some large investment banks, and now I analyze stock picks on YouTube. Every day I spend hours and hours and hours watching YouTube videos, and then I consolidate all of the stock picks from the top YouTubers, and I put them together into a single video. I give you both the cliff notes from their stock picks as well as my analysis on their stock picks. Now, all I ask for putting all of this together for you guys is that you hit that like button, subscribe, and follow the page so that you can get notified when I release my next video. In fact, I'll give you 5 seconds to do that right now. Alright, before we get into today's stock picks, I just want to remind you that I am not a financial advisor. Nothing I talk about today is a recommendation to buy, sell, or hold. These are just my opinions, which may or may not be accurate. Please do your own research before investing in any assets. For those of you who are wondering what you're looking at right now, this is the Webull desktop app. Webull is the app that I use for my trading, and it is also the app that I use in all of my videos. Alright, let's get into today's stock picks. And first up is PLTR. This is Palantir, and they're a data analytics company. Tom Nash talked about why PLTR ran up 14% before giving it all back on Wednesday. PLTR won an $823 million government contract with the U.S. Army. Now, the reality is that the contract is variable, and the pay will be anywhere from $3 million on the low end to $823 million on the high end. Outside of that, the only other thing we know is that this is a 4-year contract with the option to extend 3 more years. Tom Nash explained that this is not a new contract, but rather an extension of the current contract with the U.S. Army. Tom Nash said that there was a lot of hype on this contract. It looks like that hype died down throughout the day. Even though PLTR didn't close up 14%, it was still green and might continue rising from here with a bounce off of the 200-day EMA. We don't have confirmation on that yet, but there is a possibility for that to happen. Longer term, Tom Nash reiterated his $35 price target on PLTR. Next up is RIDE. This is Lordstown Motors. They're an American EV manufacturer. Tom Nash let us know that last week RIDE sold their factory to Foxconn. Further, they are going to have Foxconn manufacture their electric pickup truck. While this did provide cash for RIDE, it seems to perhaps ruin their future growth prospects. And that is why the stock price has been absolutely tanking over the past 4 trading days. Morgan Stanley downgraded RIDE on that news, but still gave RIDE an $8 price target. RBC Capital came in and gave RIDE a sell rating with a $5 price target. RIDE now has an average analyst 1-year price target of $6.25, which represents a mere 23% upside potential from Wednesday's closing price. Next up is TSLA. This is Tesla, and they're an American EV manufacturer. Tom Nash talked about how TSLA just lost a $137 million lawsuit due to discrimination against one of their employees. The lawsuit will most likely get appealed, but it might be a sign of some internal issues at TSLA that could cause some short-term downward pressure on the price, in the event that more details come out or more employees come forward. Technically though, TSLA is looking very bullish. It remains above the 10-day EMA, but is having trouble breaking through that $782 resistance level. Once it does break through and start consistently closing above it, TSLA could somewhat quickly rise to $900. And next up is VYGVF. This is Voyager Digital. They're a crypto exchange similar to Coinbase. Jeremy with Financial Education bought more VYGVF on Wednesday. Jeremy has lost quite a bit of money on the stock, and he is dollar cost averaging down. VYGVF reported earnings on Wednesday, and the stock price dropped over 8%. Fundamentally, VYGVF is seeing insane growth with a 21,000% year-over-year revenue growth last quarter and a more than 3,000% year-over-year revenue growth in the numbers they just reported today. Despite the great growth year over year, the earnings they just announced Wednesday were down quite a bit from last quarter. And on top of that, the growth is coming at a high operating cost, and VYGVF is still quite a ways away from becoming profitable. Now, technically, VYGVF is showing signs that it is bottomed out. While the candles remain below the 300-day and 10-day EMAs, the MACD did just form a golden cross. So if that golden cross can be combined with a few closes above the 10-day EMA, that would be confirmation of a rebound. If you like this company, I like the idea of dollar cost averaging in here because we are starting to get some signs of a rebound. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video and got a lot out of it. Comment down below what your favorite stock pick is. And if you're looking for a broker to trade with, you can sign up for Webull using my link in the description below. When you sign up using my link in the description below and deposit just $100, Webull's going to send you 2 free stocks worth up to $2,300. Now, if you're not a US resident, or if you're looking to trade OTC penny stocks, or if you just don't like payment for order flow, then I recommend Interactive Brokers. Interactive Brokers is a great trading platform. They have highly discounted trading throughout the world. Trades start at just $1 Canadian, 4 euros, or 6 Australian dollars, depending upon where you live. And both Webull and Interactive Brokers both offer the full pre-market and after-hours trading from 4 a.m. until 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, I do want to remind you that I have material connections with both of those, so whenever you sign up for either broker, not only are you getting a great broker to trade with, you're also helping me to continue to produce these great videos. Now, finally, I want to remind you to hit that like button, subscribe, and follow the page if you haven't already. I hope you have a lot of success trading, and I will see you tomorrow.